Hello everyone, my name is Lakna. Welcome to my channel and thank you for tuning in. So I want to talk about the new moon solar eclipse that's happening on April 8th. In Vedic astrology, this solar eclipse is happening in Pisces in the nakshatra called Revati. So this is the final nakshatra, so this is such a significant point in time. This solar eclipse also marks a solar new year in Vedic astrology, so this is really the start of a massive new year, a new cycle. New moons generally do mark new beginnings, new chapters to unfold in our life, but this is a significantly huge new chapter, and this new moon solar eclipse is following the full moon lunar eclipse. So we just had this lunar eclipse in Virgo in the nakshatra Hasta, and hopefully in this time leading up to this solar eclipse we have been really surrendering and releasing and allowing ourselves to purge and cleanse and purify and really feel through our emotions. I have really tapped into the need of the Virgo ways of being really practical and having set routines, daily practices to help really release the emotions and to really feel the emotions, the Piscean energy, which wants us to fully surrender and feel all of the things that come up. And it's not easy to feel the heavy things that come up, but doing the Virgo practices, like actual things daily, like setting the intention to meditate, to journal, to reflect, to do breath work, to do yoga, to do any sort of movements and like peaceful practices that align with your heart and your soul to help you release. And hopefully we can continue to do these practices for ourselves, and also eating the right foods that nourish our soul, and really being mindful of all of the energies that we consume into our being, including the people that we surround ourselves, the music, the things that we watch, the environments that we are opening ourselves up to, all of these things to help us really cleanse and purge. And now at the time of this solar eclipse is also a time to really allow the endings of the habits, the cycles, the thoughts, the beliefs, all of the things that aren't serving us. It's time to really allow for that ending to occur so that we can begin the new beginning. And this is what this star Revati is all about, is the completion of a cycle and of different cycles and endings, so that we can begin this brand new beautiful beginning. The ruler of the nakshatra Revati is Mercury, and the ruler of Pisces is Jupiter. So these are the two major planets that are really giving their wisdom at this time. And it's interesting, the ruler being Mercury, because Mercury has been retrograde since the 1st or 2nd of April, and is at the time of this eclipse is entering a Gandanta point as it moves from Aries to Pisces, which is a very tumultuous time, but it's a very powerful time, because at this Gandanta, Mercury is wanting us to really release the karmic ties and knots of our past that is not serving our highest good, which is super aligned with the eclipse energy, with Mercury being retrograde. So at the time of this eclipse, our mind, Mercury, our rational, logical thinking mind, is really going back in time into our past to help us bring up the memories, to bring up the situations and things of our past that we need to re-experience to really integrate on a higher level, so we can release those things and really embrace, accept, heal, and release the things of our past. It's really interesting that Mercury is retrograde at the time of this solar eclipse in Revati, because this sign Revati has the ability to travel through time. And this is because Revati has a very otherworldly, higher perspective and understanding about time, and that time doesn't really exist. And so now we have like a very deep awareness and ability to travel back to points in time of our past and memories, and even past lifetimes if you're open to that, to re-experience, to integrate, and to heal yourself, and to really embrace aspects of you and understand on a higher level things that have happened from the past. Also, with Mercury being the ruler of Revati and Jupiter being the ruler of Pisces, you see the need for balance between these two planets. Mercury is our logical, intellectual, rational mind, and Jupiter is a higher understanding of wisdom that is higher than the knowledge of Mercury, and it is about seeing how these two work and how the logical, rational thinking mind, it has its place and is so important, but then there is this higher wisdom of Jupiter that really is able to have this higher perspective and understanding that comes through the divine. And this is something to really pay attention to at the time of this eclipse, is like a lot of the problems that our human logical rational mind tries to find solutions to, sometimes we have to surrender to the knowledge and wisdom really of Jupiter to allow the answers to come to us. And sometimes we can't just figure out everything. We need to be open and receptive to that divine guidance from Jupiter. The great womb of the Divine Mother is found here in Revati. So this is such a nurturing, motherly energy that we need to take on board for ourselves, so that we can really be nurturing to our world and to the others around us too. And the deity is Pushan, who is also a great nurturer, who also has this connection to animals and to flocks and herds, and has the ability to travel safely, which is interesting because Mercury is retrograde now. It's not a great time to travel. It's not the easiest time to travel in this time, and I wouldn't recommend to travel long distances if you can avoid it. However, I feel that if you are fully surrendered and trusting in where you're supposed to be and go, you can align with travels at this time because of Pushan, and you can be guided to the right place that you need to be, that is really going to open you up to where you need to be for whatever reason, to experience some new things. This is a very powerful time to plant new seeds and to set new intentions, because the energy is so transformative at the time of the eclipses. However, I do want to emphasize that it is also a very turbulent time where there's a lot of energies just moving, and because of that it can be hard to really see clearly at this time. If you have specific goals and intentions that you have been wanting and planning on for a long time, and you know truly deeply within your heart, then set those intentions, plant those seeds. But generally, because this time it's clouded, because we are still wrapping up cycles now, and we're coming to endings so that the new beginnings can occur, and we're in this process. There's a lot moving, and Mercury is also retrograde. I just also advised to be mindful of what sort of intentions you're setting and how much you are really being strict and rigid with the idea of your future, because the divine has some magical plans for you as well. So just be open, but also it is a powerful thing to set intentions, to have goals, and to really create a vision for your future, but also be open to changes and to what the divine has in store for you if you can. I really feel that in many ways the divine truly does understand the assignment of our life. The divine knows what we need and what our heart and soul craves and desires, and all we have to really do is get out of the way of that, and also to mother and nurture ourselves and allow ourselves to grow. Just like when we plant a seed, in order for that seed to grow, we need to water it daily. We need to water ourselves and give ourselves the nutrition and the nourishment that our soul, our mind, body and soul needs, and doing those practical practices for our mind, like the meditations, journaling, breathwork, yoga for our body's movement, strength training, eating the right foods, and living our authentic truth and really showing up and doing what makes us happy. Doing these things, these practical practices, will align us more and more with our most authentic self, and then the divine will align us with what our authentic self is aligned with naturally. But we need to, just like when we water the seeds every day, even if we don't want to, we need to do those things. We need to have the self-discipline. Self-discipline is one of the highest forms of self-love, is doing the hard things that we know are going to benefit our future self. And then we will continue to align and grow, and this eclipse season will really just accelerate all of that. And I hope that your growth and evolution is just accelerated through this eclipse portal. I hope that my insights have helped you through it as well. I hope you all have a beautiful solar eclipse, and I will see you all in my next video.